Who would have guessed? Here we are 20 years later and the Suzuki Alto Works looks exactly like it did while playing Gran Turismo 2, 3, and 4 back in the day. Now, of course, my nostalgia is lying to me. The pixelated ones we drove were not slammed on mismatched wheels or teasing an intake out of the headlight, but sometimes reality actually has a better sense of humor than whatever's on that screen. If you missed our last video with Mike, here he is with a few details on the car before we let loose.
It's built, it has a built motor, it has cams, it has a standalone grade ECU. I mean, we took all the sound deadening out of it. I mean, painted it, it chops, dude.
How much power do you think it's making?
I'd say it makes about 200 horsepower.
Wow.
Yeah. I haven't dynoed it, but the previous owner did tell me about 196, 200, 210, something like that.
Yeah.
So.
All right, you guys. Yeah, we're here with Mike from Yumi Imported, and I'm driving his Alto Works. All right, this is my first time driving. Oh, we got some scrapage. It's my first time driving an Alto Works. This is the, well, I was gonna say the ultimate Gran Turismo K-car dream right here. I've driven the trifecta. I've driven the holy trinity of K-cars, so to speak, Suzuki Cappuccino, AutoZam AZ1, and Honda Beat, but I have never driven a Suzuki Alto Works. Not as visually kind of stimulating as some of those other cars, but so cool, like the definition of cool. So we're just gonna go for a quick rip. I don't think I can slide this seat forward. Mike's a little bit taller than me. Yeah, we're stuck. Yeah, 3-cylinder, 660cc K car, of course. Mike has got a ton of cars. He's in front of me with driving a Mitsubishi Colt Rally Art, which is really cool. Slightly bigger, not a K car. And then there's us back here in this tiny, stripped out Alto Works. Oh yeah, okay. Oh wow, all right. It's stripped out, it's loud, this thing is, yeah, I'm done. This is not something I want to drive for very much longer, but this is just the kind of guy Mike is. I've known him for about 2 hours now, and he just told me he drove to Vegas from LA in a K truck. That is not something you could pay a lot of people to do, and Mike just does it because, you know, it's a mission, it's an adventure. And the cool thing is he's not really like into one specific make. He's not a brand loyalist, so to speak. He's not only into S chassis or RX-7s. Oh my God. At least the seat's comfortable, because I feel like the car's about to fall apart. But he's got a little bit of everything. He also told me he doesn't know what it revs to, so we're about to find out. I mean, aside from the suspension being bone jarring, it's totally livable. Fully blew off second gear. Oh, this is it. The highest pitch little turbo spool ever. It's like it spools for 2 seconds, not even a split second, and then you're good. And it has 5 gears. Okay. That's like 75 miles an hour. That's as fast as I want to go in this thing. This thing is so scary. After driving a Lotus Emira all week, a car from a hardcore sports car manufacturer that they've made to be comfortable, it feels like a luxury car compared to this. Actually, freeway speeds, we're turning about 3,800 RPM, which isn't terrible in a car that revs to about 7,500. That's some Japanese AC dust. You even just go to downshift, you go to rev match, and it builds boost when you're just rev matching, free revving with no load. Oh, this is proper quick. Fourth gear. Oh yeah, there's some torque steer. Cliff on the right side, cliff on the left side. Look where you want to go. Oh my God, it's so darty. Any little bit of throttle coming out of a corner just accentuates every little input that you maybe had in the steering wheel. It actually is like, it pulls you further into the corner. It actually does the opposite of understeer. Exactly what you want in a front wheel drive car. Wow! Oh man, this thing is cool. Wow. That's the strangest torque steer. The turbo's always on. It's the best part about K cars. Clutch pickup is super short, right at the bottom of the pedal. It's actually fairly easy to drive. The steering is like super lazy. I don't know if I would call it confidence, but like, it's old hydraulic power steering, so it still talks to you. There's like so much feel. It's actually slightly frightening. Second gear. Whew. Half of the time you're guessing which gear you're in. First is the only gear that's truly easy to get into. Maybe fifth. But like second gear, watch this. Spins all the way through second gear. Almost just threw me into the other lane. Probably looks like I'm drunk to all other drivers on the road, just like darting and swerving through the lanes. You know what it feels like? It's so cliche, but it kind of feels like a top, like the rotation point, the axis point is right in, like right beside me basically here, and the wheels are not a foot in front of me, not a foot behind me. So to spin this car, it feels like one moment I have it and everything's good. I've got the tires kind of loaded up in the corner, and then at any moment it could just whip out and toss you off the road. That's what it feels like. It does not feel stable in the slightest, and that's what I love about it. And a power band where you're always above 3,000 RPM. You're literally never below 3,000 RPM, so a little bit of throttle and you have all the torque in the world. Pedal box is tiny. Another car, just like the Lotus, you have to pick what shoes you're gonna wear before you drive this car. That's it, you guys. Turns out this stripped out Alto Works on watts is exactly what a hopped up K car should feel like. Spine crushing and just full of character, full of torque steer. So much fun. Thanks again, Mike, for the seat time. And thanks to all of you guys for stopping by. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss our next video in Shahar's Too Fast, Too Furious Skyline clone. See you then.